Hey everybody, welcome to Matthew Gardens the Globe, and today we're talking about an herbal kiddie pool garden, and this is the recipe. What you're going to need, get these items before you start. Start with a kiddie pool. You're going to need one of those. You need some reusable shopping bags, and we'll talk about that. You're going to need 4 to 6. Then you're going to need some potting soil, some herbs, and you can start these yourself or you can buy them. You're going to need water. You're going to need some plant tags, and those are optional. A lot of these plants, these herbs come with tags, but I make my own. And then you're going to need a thick Sharpie pen. In this case, I'm using red. And then you're going to need this secret ingredient, and you're going to have to wait for the end for that one. Ha ha ha. So here is the herbal kiddie pool garden recipe. And let's start. Hey everybody, this is part 2. It's raining, so we're not going to go outside, but we can do this from the door. Following the recipe, you're going to need a kiddie pool. In this case, this is the picture of my koi pond, all my little koi, but this is what I want to talk about here. So there's the kiddie pool, and let's talk a little bit about that. You can pick these up secondhand at garage sales or thrift stores, or find them on the street. You got to make sure they're whole though. They can't have any leaks or holes in them. I get them at Walmart for under $10. They're usually $8.88. Then the next thing you're going to need is these plants, and I got some herbs here. Not all of these are herbs, and we got some tomatoes in there. And we'll talk about those tomatoes later because they're clones from other plants, and I've done another video on that. Then you're going to need these reusable shopping bags. In this case, this is from Menards, and I'm a cheap bastard. I got this for free. They had a rebate program where if you bought this reusable bag, you got a voucher that you sent in, and then they give you store credit. And I did that, so I got $65 worth, or 65 bags. Now when you go to use these, you'll have this liner down on the bottom. Okay, see if I can make this shot too dark for you to see. See that liner? Oh, come here, liner. You're not going to need that, so repurpose that for something else. If you find any plant tags in there, other things, all you need is this bag, and this is recycled polypropylene, aka plastic. And the neat thing about these, they're breathable, and once you fill them up, they become the pot. So there's 4, and we're going to use 5 or 6 in the pool, depending what fits. Not all bags are the same size. Some are a little bigger, some a little smaller. I used to get mine at Walmart, and I found that Walmart reduced the size of their bags. So these free Menard, cheap bastard bags really seem to be the thing. Now, when you go to fill these, fill them about 1 inch from the top, and don't pack them. It's kind of like making a cake. Remember when we used to sift the flour? Same idea. Put this stuff in relatively loose, and that's the next ingredient. It's potting soil. Now, do not skimp on potting soil, okay? Now, in this case, I'm using Miracle Grow. There's other brands that I'm using here. I can't tell the difference when I'm looking at them. Okay, but they're going to eventually get in this kiddie pool over here with those herbs. So, what you don't want to use is mulch. You do not want to use cow manure. You don't want to use anything. You want to use a quality potting mix. In this case, it's peat moss and vermiculite. There might be a little bit of residual Osmocote in the Miracle Grow brand because they make Osmocote. Anyway, don't really need to know about fertility at this point. Okay, we talked about the plants and the need for plant tags, and of course it's raining, filling up my pool, thank goodness. It's that, or I had to use this water. I'm estimating that you're going to need about 6 gallons of water. And what you're going to do is on the edge of your kiddie pool, you're going to measure up 2 inches, and you're going to make a line. I can't do it right now, again, because it's raining. But make a line there, about 2 inches up, because this is going to be your water fill line. Now, next thing is I have these repurposed plant tags from planting, what were we planting? Flowers, I guess. Petunias and whatnot. Now, I like to reuse these. The backs are usually fairly blank. And with a Sharpie, and assuming that they're dry, you can write the name of the plant on there. A lot of you know what these plants are. I've got a tarragon and some thyme and some marjoram, and there's some sage in there. There's even leeks. The leeks don't even go in here. I'm going to separate those out and plant those in dirt someplace. But these plants that come from the home centers, they come with their own plant tags, but I really can't see them, so I like to write bigger and more legible. I also might put the date on there to, you know, when did I start this project. So that's what that's for, but I'm going to have to dry those off. Let's talk a little bit about fertility. Now, this is Osmocote, and I'm an organic gardener, but this is one of the products that I like. If you're not going to feed your plants, then you're really kind of blowing it. All right? You need to feed your plants something. In my case, I have these koi are actually creating the nutrients that I feed my plants, right? I have to do water changes in here. I feed them. They're going to use the bathroom as a urinal of sorts, so I have to do water changes. When I take the old water out, guess where it goes? Dun, 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 it goes over there into the kiddie pool, if it's not filled with rain. Here, let me show you something else that I'm doing. These are sweet potatoes, and they're doing so well, and all they get is kiddie pool water at this point. I also have some older herbs here. They're not doing so good because, A, they're not in a kiddie pool garden. All right? So I'm going to wait for it to stop raining, and we'll take those herbs and put them into those pots, and then plant them and put them back in that kiddie pool, and then we'll fill them up with 2 inches of water, and this will complete our herbal kiddie pool garden. All right? Stay tuned.